Now, when tree surgeon Tom Connolly nearly severed his neck and arm with a chainsaw while nearly 50 foot above the ground, he and his workmates feared the worst.
But just 3 months on, the 21-year-old from Bedfordshire is very much alive and well, and I'm very pleased to say he joins us now in the studio along with Dan Cody from the emergency medical charity Magpas, who helped save his life.
Both of you, thank you so much for coming in to see us this evening. Tom, I'm so glad you're here to tell your tale. What on earth happened?
Well, basically, it was just an ordinary day, ordinary job. I was cutting away at a chestnut tree around 50 feet up on a set of climbing spikes when, my foot slipped and the spike slipped out and I rolled into my own saw.
I mean, extraordinary story. And Dan, when you got there, I know you weren't one of the first ones on the scene, but you got there fairly soon after. You must have feared the worst.
Oh, yes, certainly. We knew Tom had been seriously injured. We arrived to find his colleagues and my colleagues from the ambulance service providing sort of life-saving first aid. There was blood everywhere. It was a horrific scene with quite a deep wound. And yeah, we did fear the worst and knew we had to.
You say quite a deep wound. I mean, how close was it to the various...
Well, you can probably see Tom's scar there. It's a 15-centimetre scar. It went very deep into his neck and actually hit his jugular vein. Right. So he was bleeding very heavily from it.
It's healed up amazingly well. It's 3 months ago the accident happened. I mean, what are your overriding memories of that time?
Biggest memory is probably laying on the ground slightly after the incident, after my work colleagues got me out the tree, but laying on the ground asking my work colleagues and these guys whether I'd see tomorrow, whether I was going to live or not. Really? But luckily they were pretty good at reassuring me that I was. So.
Oh, that's great news as well. I mean, one of the things I suppose people will be thinking at home, Dan, as well, is that, you know, you work for a medical charity, Magpas, that was there quickly on the scene. But I suppose one of the questions is, why is it that the ordinary medical services couldn't have taken this on?
Like you said, Magpas is a charity. It's not government funded or NHS funded. Yeah. Relies solely on sort of charitable donation from the public. And you know, the emergency services, those did a fantastic job on that day and no doubt saved Tom's life. It gets to a stage where they need help as well, and that's where we come in. So, for example, on the day, we use Celox Gauze, which is the same as what they use in the front line in Afghanistan, which is a sort of wound packing gauze with a chemical in it which helps blood clotting. And we also give strong painkillers and actually put him to sleep on the scene like you would for an operation.
Right. Well, Tom was incredibly lucky to have all the help that he did have. You can see the scar. You can also see that you have problems with your arm. I mean, how's that going to heal, do you think? That's a nerve trouble. Yeah,
I'm still very optimistic. I've recently received a nerve graft in my shoulder, which surgeons are very optimistic will heal nicely, and I should receive my arm back to about 90%, and I should be climbing trees within the next 6 months.
So that is
You're going to go back to
it. So you will go back to being a tree surgeon.
Good for you.
Brilliant. Great to hear.
Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries. Thank you.